It's all good. Go ahead, man. Oops, sorry, John. I didn't mean to get in your way here. It's all right, John. It washes off. There's a hose right here, man. It's all good.
Stay clear of that danger zone.
Now that's the ultimate processed food. You bet, John, man. I hope you have a better day, man. Jeez. Yeah. This is definitely going to need to be refinished. I haven't gotten around to it. It's a 120-foot anchor line with a 15-foot road. Boat could use a cleaning. It's just been kind of busy lately. Oh, this boat has these awesome screens that do not allow people to look in, but you can look out. You'll see what I mean when I go inside. They are really nice. As a matter of fact, I wish they were over all the windows. Okay, see the wing door. There's your plumbing collection. Connect up your hose. There's their defenders. Gaff. Thank you. Alright. There's the aft deck. There's another air AC unit. This is a standalone in the aft, and here is the refrigerator. Here's your wet bar. Here, sink, and these are some maps here. This is where the old 1980s TV went. Remember the ones with the real deep CRTs? And this is supposed to be your booze cabinet, but the previous owner used it as a sander slant, everything kind of cabinet, so we followed in his lead. There's a volume control for the speakers up top that work off the radio down next to the helm. And there's some beautiful 12-volt DC lighting. This is your sliding glass door, which goes out to where you can handle lines, which makes it really nice. There's your two bollards. And you see that little window right up there? If you're standing on the helm, you can actually bend down, look through that, and actually look right down. You can see the back of the boat. So it makes backing a snap. There's a cat. Okay. On the upper helm, this bimini is just about brand spanking new. Cushions, everything is all in awesome shape. This boat came from the Tom Bigby River. It's pretty much a freshwater boat. There's your captain's chair. You have life preservers galore right under there. You have a spare anchor under this side, that door underneath over there. You have more safety equipment and a flare gun under this door. There's your Raymarine C120. It's older, but it works. The radar is awesome. I have this tablet, which I'm taking a video on, that goes with the boat. That's downloaded with Navionics. It's current, and it's got a subscription that goes with the boat. And I have a holder that mounts the windshield into this, so it stands right like this. You can actually see it right off the port. This boat has Glendenning synchronizer, as you can see right there. There's your gauges. We'll head back on down. There's your life ring. That's the back deck. And there's the davit pipe. This does not have the chocks of the davit up here. The previous owner at some point removed it. There is a dinghy that goes with this boat. It's a Carib. It's a C9X. It has the bow locker. It's a 15 horsepower Yamaha, which is the maximum you can put on there. It's a 2-cycle, so you don't have to worry about the engine having to stand up. It has the Marquip mounts already glued onto the pontoon. It's just got to be installed to the new swim platform. This is going down into the salon here. Down here you have a light switch that turns on the sconce lighting, which is DC fluorescent lighting on either side of the salon here. And there you have salon. There's the stairs leading down to the after part of the boat. Over here, if you look, you can see that's your central vac. And then you have storage over here. There's another wet bar here. Underneath all this are cutouts for different types of bottles, wine, square, round, and whatnot. Under here, there's mega storage. There's another sink. Here's your windows. There's the back. There's a nice couch. It's not a pull-out, but it's pretty comfortable. This boat has all the original furnishings. It's been unmolested. This boat came with a lower helm option. Most don't. Again, down here the gauges are a little more inclusive. You have a water tank aft, a water tank forward, and a fuel tank. It holds 800 gallons of fuel. There's 200 gallons in each wing tank and a 400-gallon center tank. So this tank actually reads the center tank. This gauge here, oh, that's for your stabilizers up and down. This tank here is a tank tender, and it's an old pump style. And if you read the instructions, you can pump it, and it'll tell you how. So you have tank 1 is a wing, tank 2 is a wing. Excuse me, tank 1 is a wing, tank 3 is a wing, tank 2 is your center. This is the controls for the generator, and you can see the amount of hours on it. Okay, it is a Westerbeek. Again, Glendenning engine synchronizer control, and there's the instructions on how to use a synchronizer if you don't know. Pretty self-explanatory. Down the steps. Over here, you'll see on the front of this boat, it's not showing up very well. There is no water damage at all on this boat from the front windows or from any of the port lights. It has a chart locker up there in the back here, and here's the dinette. You have an exhaust vent for either AC or heat there. There's also one, it's shared in the forward cabin. The controls in the forward cabin. These benches have lockers underneath for storage. There's also lockers along the bulkhead behind those pillows. This galley was recently redone. There's a relatively, if not almost brand spanking new microwave. This is a full-size, non-apartment. This is a full-size refrigerator. It's got a brand new toaster oven, brand new coffee maker. It's got a Princess 3-burner stove, as you can see, down here. And the oven. It has mega storage here underneath the stove. Here. It also has storage up here in the back. The counter. And it also has a small area with a piece that lifts off that you can actually store more stuff underneath here. And we have bowls in there. Oops, there we go. There's there. Again, there's another port light. Notice how crisp and clean it is. This is probably one of the best boats you will find out in the market for its age. This thing is nearly pristine. Up here is the escape hatch. Here's another thing that this boat has a lot of. Notice the screen window. It comes down so you can get to your escape hatch, which works. You can open it on hot nights. It keeps the bugs out. This is forward to the port. The starboard is a locker, a full-size locker. That's also the inlet screen to the air conditioning unit. There's your AC control. There's a port light over to starboard. All these fixtures are completely original. This boat also has the captain's stateroom. It does not have the up and down bunks. And what I mean by that is it gives you plenty of storage here in the front. There's only one bunk. And over to port is another area for storage. Up forward all the way. There's a picture of the front. There's the controls and that. Up forward here. This is a rope locker. It's my latest project. I'm redoing it. And that's inside the rope locker. That hole drains right down and right over the side. So your water, when it does come in, it just comes in, goes right back outside. There's a light in there. On and off. Okay. And there's another lamp, directional lamp here on this side. Smoke detector. Nice ship's clock. Okay. Nice ship's cat. Okay, and this is inside the head. I'll notice the floor. Beautiful. This is a wet head. So actually under here it's a drain. We're missing the curtain that goes inside the head. This is the track. You got to go to an RV store to get the track. The curtain goes around the track, and then you can take a shower in here. That's a brand new Crown electric toilet. And then here's the rest of it. There's your port light. And here's your sink. And your towel. Paper towels on the door. Okay. All these doors lock a drawer, allowing for ventilation. And then there's the door that closes off the forward cabin. Underneath here is your forward engine room access. There's 4 points that were removed. The stairs were removed and you can gain access. There's also a bilge down here that accesses your forward bilge pump. It's dry. There's the salon floor. Underneath that white spot right here is access to the engine room through the mid part of the salon. We'll head back into the aft deck. There's your floors with a little piece of carpet over there. Okay. On the starboard side here has its own door. There's a ship's office. This is another thing that this person ordered this boat with a ship's office versus the up-down bunk or the sliding futon that some of the Gulf Stars have of this size. You have the computer connections here. You have plenty of outlets. You have shelves for your books. You also have shelves and drawers for your items. In here, there's your bench that you can convert into a sleep. There's a separate AC unit here in the back for this room. And there's also a full-size locker. Turn on the lights. There's also a full-size locker in here. And on the bottom of this locker, notice how it doesn't go all the way down to the floor. It stops here. It's false under here, and it's filled with spare parts for this boat. Very hard to find spare parts. Okay. Across the hall is the guest head for this office. As you can see, there's another port light. And there's the sink. There's the Crown electric head. And over here is the shower. It's a shared shower for the master and the guest room. Okay. And that's what it looks like in the ceiling. Down the sides. Alright, and there's the bottom of the head. These doors are coated with like a film that makes it reflective. As you can see my reflection. So you can be in the shower and you cannot see into the shower. So if somebody's in the shower and somebody uses the guest head, you can shower worry-free that somebody's looking at you or can see you. And again, that's the master side. And there's that. And we'll just take a quick peek. So let's open this door here. I'll lock that open again later. Okay, so go into the master stateroom. Around the perimeter of the bed, underneath the lockers up there, is sconce lighting. It's a 12-volt DC fluorescent lighting. And it's also down here in 3 places under the bed. So there's that. You also have 2 12-volt DC lamps above. Notice the overhead is freaking outstanding. You have 2 closets here. Yes, the light works. Look at that. And there's cedar line. In here is how you access your exhaust tubes. And this side is the same. So it opens up. There's an iron that goes with the boat. So you have everything you need in an ironing board. And the same thing under behind that here is how you access the exhaust tube. Okay. What's this? On the bottom here, you can barely see it. The bottom drawer is actually not a drawer, it lifts up. That gives you access to the starboard rudder gland seal. And the same thing on this side. The 4th drawer down lifts up and gives you access to the port gland seal. The 2 down the bottom here lift up, giving you access to the port exhaust tube. This is your after heat and air conditioning for your master stateroom. And here's the master in here. There's your shower. And there's the overhead lighting. And both bathrooms have this really great lighting. It's 2 lights that light up and it's really bright so you can really see what the hell you're doing. Get a good close shave. All right, turn those off. And that's it. Just give you one more shot, and this is from the after stateroom. Looking forward. Oh, look at the engine room. This engine room has, like I said, forward, mid, and this is the aft access. The stairs lift up. They go up. And this is what I call the Blue Man crew back here. This boat was bought with the option of the 6V71 versus the 6V92 engines. They're a little more fuel efficient. This boat at 1100 to 1200 RPMs, which makes about 8 to 8.5 knots, which is hull speed, gets about 1.2 miles per gallon, and that's with the generator running also. It has an 800-gallon fuel capacity, 200 in the wing tanks, a 400, which is underneath that metal grating there. Runs the length of the boat underneath. That's a 400-gallon tank. The generator is forward to starboard, as you can see it right there, and the control panel is by the lower helm station. So coming in, you can look in here and take a look at them. Oh boy. Okay. So there's your generator. And you can see that on that's when it was replaced, 10/30/20. Everything on these boats was flushed. The coolant was flushed out, replaced. The impellers were all replaced. The fuel filters were all replaced. The oil filters were all cleaned and replaced. The strainers were all cleaned and replaced. The racors were cleaned and replaced. That's a new Pronautics battery tender. That's a new Raritan water heater. The through holes are all pretty much brand new within the last couple of years. You can see still have the backing paper on them. Let's see. What you're looking at there is the freshwater pump when you're underway. It needs to be replaced. It's another project that I'm trying to get to. These are your 3 reverse cycle air conditioning units. The one over to port is the salon. The one here to starboard is the forward. The one center is the aft. As you can see, it was just recently replaced within the last 6 months. And they put a tube here to drain to the bilge. The bilges in this boat are all dry, except when you're running the air conditioning units, the evaporator units drain to the bilge. So when you're running the ACs, you will have water in your bilges. You got to keep an eye on it. The bilge pumps will kick on automatically. It's shocking how much water that is in the air that these things will extract when they run. That's one of your tanks. That's your Coast Guard number. And there's one of your Detroits right there. And they run like tops. 650 miles, about 26 hours, one straight run over here. We only burned about a gallon per engine. And that is pretty phenomenal. And like I said, I run them at trawler speed, about 1,200 RPM, hull speed, for fuel economy. And that's it. All right. I hope you find this video informative.